You're looking at a welder that is being sold by Harbor Freight under the BERGER brand. Now, I like burgers and I like welders, so I was pretty excited to receive this. Harbor Freight did send it to me so that I could share it with you guys. But what really excited me is this is a multi-processor welder at a very budget-friendly price. But this welder will do flux cord, it'll do DC TIG, and it'll also do DC stick. And it'll also work off of 120 volts, which is awesome because I know a lot of you guys do not have 220 volts in your workshop. Inside the box, you're going to find a user manual, a quick start guide, an electrode holder, a flux core gun, a grounding cable, and you're going to get the welder itself. If we take a look under the hood, you're going to see where your spools go for that flux core, but there's also some important information on the bottom of this door that's just going to help you get started. It helps you get the settings for your flux core, it helps you get the settings for your TIG, it also helps you set the settings for the stick settings. Whatever you need, you're going to find it under this hood, including the duty cycles depending on which feature that you're using. When you first turn it on, you're going to hear the fan running, and you're going to be presented with a really nice digital screen. Everything is going to be controlled with 2 knobs and 1 mode button. It's really simple to operate. Pressing the mode button will change it between flux core, stick mode, or TIG mode. And if you press it again, it'll bring you right back to flux core mode again. The top knob will adjust your amps, and the bottom knob will adjust your volts. In stick mode and TIG mode, you only have the option to set the amps. On the bottom, you can see where we connect our cables. This would be for the flux cord gun. This is the wire feed control socket. This is the positive terminal, and this is the negative terminal. Located on the back of the unit, you're going to find the power switch, and there's also another duty cycle chart right here. But the question in everybody's mind is, how well does it work? Well, let's go ahead and try stick welding first. We're going to use some very thin rod. I'm going to use 3/32, and it is 6011. I'm going to set the welder to 60 amps. And this is just some 1/8 check plate. We'll lay a bead on it, and we'll see how well it does. And at a quick glance, it didn't do too bad. I think it's a little bit hot for this thin of a rod. Let's turn it down a little bit more and try again. I'm going to turn it to 55 amps. Let's take a look at that one. Obviously, I need to brush up on my stick welding skills a little bit, but you know what? It didn't do a bad job. It did just fine. Now let's step our game up a little bit. We're going to use some 7018 rod, and this is 1/8, so it's a little bit thicker. And I'm also going to set the amps on the welder to 75. Let's knock off the slag and take a look at our weld. And as you can see, it actually welded pretty decently for a little welder like this. Now, I think this is kind of its maximum potential. We only have 120 volts to work with. However, it can do 1/8 inch steel, and it is handling the 1/8 inch rods. And again, these are 7018 rods. Let's load up some flux cord wire, and this is my favorite flux cord wire, by the way. I think it has less splatter than most of the wire that I use, so I prefer this. Let's load it up and see how well the machine works. I currently have this set to 75 amps and 16 volts. Now remember, everybody welds different. All these welders are different, and sometimes it takes a little bit of time to dial it in, but that's what we're going to start with. And at first glance, it didn't seem to do too bad. Let's take a closer look at that weld. It is not terrible. It looks a little bit cold. We may turn the amps up just a little bit and try again. We're now at 80 amps and 16 volts. And that even sounded better. So it's definitely welding a little bit better. That's probably the good setting for this material. Again, this is 1/8 check plate. We are welding on the backside. Let's take a look at that weld. And again, not bad. I still think we could probably turn it up another 5 amps, but this would definitely get the job done. And yeah, that's a little bit better for sure. So out of the box, the welder is equipped to do stick, and it's also equipped to do flux core. And that's what we just did with this welder, and it performed really well actually for an inexpensive welder. You can buy a TIG welding accessory kit for this welder, and I do have that kit. I do not have any argon right now. I would show you how that works. In the future, we will try that out. But quite honestly, I'm pretty impressed for how inexpensive this is. It's definitely not a high-end $1,000 welder by any means. However, if you need to stick some things together, or you have a welding hobby, or even if you're just learning, this is a lot of bang for the buck. It is lightweight, it's very small, it also plugs into a standard 120 volt outlet. I think it's a really good welder for what it is. If you like these types of videos, don't forget to like and subscribe. Take a look at some of my other videos. At the very least, you might be entertained.